Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Unposted podcast. My name is Liz Bezler if you're new here. And if you're old here, you probably realized that I have not dropped an episode for a little bit now. And I kind of just want to hop on and kind of catch you guys up with my life because there has been so many life changes. Like, my life has flipped around on its head in the best way overnight. Hasn't really flipped on its head. It's flipped back on my feet. I feel like I'm finally on my feet again after this last month being wild. So this episode is a little catch up. So if you've been following along, I have been dating George for the last couple years now, and I finally got engaged literally last month. It's been a little bit over a month now, and I'm just so excited. My life has really just completely turned 180. There's so many life changes, so we're gonna get into it in this episode, but I just want to give you a little update. So we're not in LA anymore. George and I both have moved to Dallas, Texas after 10 years of living in Los Angeles, which is absolutely insane because George and we both moved there actually the same year, which is crazy. We both moved there in 2015 and we've both been there for about 10 years. So it's definitely a really big change and definitely a new chapter. We're engaged. We moved to Dallas. If you know me, you knew I grew up here when I was little, and I've always seen myself ending up back here. So to be back here is super special, and I'm excited for this next chapter. There's many reasons why we moved out of LA, and honestly, I feel like that's another episode, because it goes really deep, and I don't really feel like this is the episode to get back into it because I really just wanted to catch you guys up and kind of give you guys the full shebang life update. So I do want to go back to the beginning of December. Actually, no, back to October. So I've been in interviews with a new job here in Dallas. It's for a hospitality group. They needed a content creator, social media strategist. I'd been in interviews for literally 2 months and I ended up getting the job. So, we did have plans to move to Dallas, but to come here and have a really awesome job with other awesome creatives, and just good people, good vibes all around, is such a blessing. And I've honestly been praying for something like this to happen for a long time, for several months. And it's really interesting. I was reading through my journals back from the summertime of last year, and I was we knew we were ready to get out of LA, but we didn't know how we were going to make that transition. So George and I really just prayed about it. I prayed about it. I really just want to find, a community closer to God, good people, kind of just start a new chapter, because LA has turned into a really dark place for me, which again, I want to get into in a different episode because it does go pretty deep. But I've been praying for something like this to happen, and all of a sudden God has kind of thrown things into me and George's lap, and we've definitely had to take some risks, and it's been such a beautiful journey over the last several months, seeing his plan unfold for us and seeing some prayers being answered, really just makes this time in our life, in my life, so much more special. So, yeah, I've been in interviews, for several months, and I finally got the job, and we're okay, baby, let's do it. We're moving to Dallas. Just too many things good to pass up. So we made the move, and we're officially in Dallas, which is wild. But don't worry, LA, we're going to be back and forth. George still has clients in LA. I still have people who I'm connected to. My sister still lives in LA. So we are probably going to be a little bit back and forth. Dallas will just be our home base. And it's super exciting. I'm just really excited for this next chapter. I feel like LA has kind of run its course for me, and I want a little bit more stability and family life. I want a little bit better of a community. Not that I didn't have that in LA. I definitely had my phases of great community in LA, but it was getting really lonely and the industry was getting really dark. So I think it was just time. I really just felt in my soul I wasn't meant to be there anymore. And George, agreed and happily followed along. And George has literally never been to Dallas. So for him to trust me and just move with me, just take my word for it, it's just like shows you how like we're like this. Like we like are literally attached at the hip. We make every decision together, but he really trusted me in this decision for us. And I'm really excited because nothing but open doors have happened since we've gotten to Dallas. Like so many opportunities. We're so blessed. So as you know, the last couple months have been literally so exhausting. Literally like the most exhausting months ever. I feel like we haven't been able to catch a break and I've been tired, but I will tell you one thing that has helped me get through my days and get back on track. I'm in a new time zone. Like my sleep schedule's all crazy. Moving's crazy. I've lived in this house with no furniture in it for a long time now, for several weeks. Like being thrown into a new job, like tired and exhausted is an understatement, but I have been trying to get onto some solid habits that have helped me get into a routine, even when I feel like I'm out of routine. So, you know me, mental wealth is something I'm super passionate about. And I really believe that mental wealth means prioritizing your mental health just as much as your physical health. And it means creating habits, daily habits that make me feel my best. So something that has really helped me with my routines lately is Magic Mind, their mental health performance shots. And then we have a sleep performance shot. So this one's mental health performance shot, the green one here. And then this one is actually a new one. And I've been taking it for like a little over a week now. And it's the sleep performance shot. These together, you guys, I can't even begin to tell you how much this has been a lifesaver in the last couple months with me moving and changing my life and a new job and a new time zone and not having furniture, getting crappy sleep, sleeping on the floor. Thank God for Magic Mind. So there's 5 pillars I try to focus on with my health. There's sleep, diet, exercise, stress management, and exogenous compounds. One thing I love about Magic Mind is that it targets all 5 of those pillars. It helps me focus and it helps me sleep better. So I've been taking both shots every 24 hours. So I'll take this in the morning. It's part of my morning routine. I get up, I do my whole meditation, my journaling, anything, my prayer, anything I really need to do. And then I take this. It's my morning energy, my morning focus. It has organic caffeine. It's not going to make you tired. But then at night, when I do my night routine, again, I'm very big on routine. So you've got to have a morning routine and you have to have a night routine. And with the night routine, I take this about 30 minutes before I'm about to go to bed, and it just puts me to sleep. It makes me sleep so peacefully. Again, I've been super stressed lately with so many life changes. So the combination of these two has truly been a game changer in my life right now. So just having these like 24 hours, there's 2 shots in 24 hours, one in your morning and one at night. And now that I've been taking this, I don't think I'm going to be able to go back to my old habits. So get your Magic Mind shots, you guys. This bundle, the focus and the sleep shots bundled together, is 45% off using my code LizBezlerJan. I'm going to link everything in the description. Make sure to check out Magic Mind. If you're not staying focused or if you're not getting good sleep or both, you need to try these. Don't just take my word for it. Check it out yourself. The link is in my description. So a couple months ago, I knew I wanted to change. Me and George had been talking about engagement, so I knew he was about gonna propose. You know, ladies, like when you just know, you know, like I knew he was like ring shopping because I'm really bad at being surprised. I wouldn't even blame him. Like he's not the best at keeping secrets, to be honest, but like I'm also really hard to surprise. So it's a little mix of both. So I knew it was coming, because I told him I knew we were getting engaged this year. Like I knew that for a fact. And I guess I didn't know that for a fact, but like we talked about it. So I pretty much knew. And I also told him like, I do not want to get engaged with anybody else there. So I knew we weren't going to do it at my hometown or at his hometown. Like I knew that wasn't going to happen. So it was interesting because we were like driving to Dallas on like December 11th, right? Like we had plans to leave, pack my car, drive across the country to Dallas to have my car here in Dallas after the holidays so I could come back and start my new job. And so it was like literally like the 9th or like the 10th. And I was like, is this boy what is he doing? Is he going to propose? So he's super cute. If you guys saw it online, he proposed to me at the JCPenney portraits photo shoot. And it was really, really cute. I kind of suspected it, but also I didn't. Like, it was a mix of both. I was like, I might be getting engaged today. But I was like, would he do it at JCPenney, like during a photo shoot? I don't know. But it was really cute. We had like matching pajamas and like, you know, a very holiday festive, like goofy photo themed. So we did a lot of like silly photos, and they actually opened JCPenney early for us to get a longer time slot. He like put this whole thing together, and he had a videographer there that the guy said that he did social media for JCPenney. And I don't know why I believe that, but I did in the moment. I was like, okay. So he proposed. He got it all on camera. He did such a good job, and he did an amazing job customizing this ring. It's so beautiful, and I couldn't have asked for anything better. So that was the start of like the big journey, because then the next day, literally the next day after he proposed, I had to go back home, pack everything, and we left early in the morning to drive to Dallas. So super wild. We came to Dallas to mainly apartment hunt, but also to meet my team, my new team that I'm going to be working with. And we actually found a 3-bedroom house. So we are renting a 3-bedroom house. And what's crazy is that it's literally half of our rent of our 2-bedroom apartment in LA. And our apartment wasn't even like 2 full bedrooms. It was like a bedroom and like a half office situation. So we definitely upgraded. We have so much space. This is actually George's office. We have the podcast set up in there. I have my office. We have a master bedroom. We just have so much space. I'm like, how are we going to fill this space? So we locked down a lease. It's just crazy. I really just cannot believe it. So many changes, but I'm excited to finally, I haven't lived in like a home in like 10 years, you know, like in LA, you very much live in like apartments or townhomes. So being in like our own little home, it's just so, so, so cute. And I'm just excited to make it homey and I'm just excited to like host people and like have somewhere to really call home. For me, it's like hard to call my apartment a home. I don't know, something about it. I'm just super excited to make this super homey. I've said that so many times. I'm so sorry. Just so fun and cozy and cute and decorate how I want. So anyway, really excited about the 3-bedroom home. That is just another prayer answered. Like, wow, we just wanted a nice place to live, and we got it. And we're like in one of the safest cities in the entire country, which is so nice. Like, I'm going to be able to go on walks outside and not get attacked by a homeless man down the street. Like, I am just so beyond excited and so blessed. And what's even crazier is, if you know my cousin, she committed suicide many, many, many years ago. But me and her were like this growing up. She, you know, I saw her as like a sister. We were the same age, in the same grade. And what's crazy is, after we signed the lease to our home, we got to visit our home one more time. And this is before the holidays. And I walk up and I'm like on the phone with like, I'm FaceTiming Emily, showing her our house. And I look down at the concrete in front of our front door, and engraved, and we didn't see this when we came and toured it for the first time, engraved on the cement was MOE. Mo, which is what we call my cousin Morgan. We always called her Mo, and it was spelled the exact same way. MOE with a heart. And like, gosh, I could like cry thinking about it. I'm like, that is just a sign from God. Like, this is where I'm supposed to be. And so that's why I just feel so secure, like where I am now. It's just, it was like, what, like I looked down, I was like, that says Mo, and it's very clear, and it has a heart, and it's engraved in the front of our house, right in front of the front door. And it's just, it's literally amazing. I showed my cousin, her sister, and my family, and everybody's like, wow, that's like a sign from God. Like, you're supposed to be there. So, it's really beautiful. And then on our like fence in the backyard, there's like a cross, like engraved in this like chalk color. And I just like really feel good. I feel like this is exactly where I am meant to be, and God has led the path to be here. So all glory to him, of course. Anyway, so after that, we went to my family for Christmas. of course. It's amazing. It's crazy. My family's crazy, but I love them to death. And I got to see my brothers and my sisters and my whole family. And I'm just so happy to be in Dallas because it's like the shortest flight to go visit home. And like flights are pretty cheap out of Dallas. So hopefully I'm going to be able to see my family a lot more, and hopefully same for George's family. But then we went to Philly right after for New Year's, and his family, his mom threw us an engagement party, which was so special. I got to meet a lot of his family, a lot of his extended family, and of course he's Greek, so we had a lot of food. It was very loud, but I feel very blessed to be entering, a family who has their arms open wide for me. I feel very loved and very blessed. So this whole last month, want to cry, think about it, has been amazing. Very exhausting, but so amazing and so special. And I'll look back on this time in my life literally forever. So after Philly, George had to fly back to LA because he actually had to make the big move by himself with all of our stuff and like pack. So we hired movers, but he was kind of the one there like coordinating everything. I had to go straight to Dallas, move into this house, and start my new job. So that's where we are now. George has finally made it. And then I was like snowed in with no furniture. It freaking snowed in Dallas. There's like I had no furniture. I didn't even have a fridge. So I used my garage as a fridge. I had nothing. I had a mattress on the floor. And that's how I was living like locked in for several days with a snowstorm. I'm like, this is my first day. This is my first week in my home. And like, I don't even have anything in here. So, yeah, our furniture is finally here. We lived a couple weeks without furniture. So, just a lot of life changes. My job is going great. I'm kind of just being thrown into the fire with that, as well as like adjusting to, a new life. We're not unpacked at all. Our whole house is a disaster. Like we have a million boxes everywhere. So just prioritizing time to, put our stuff away, of course, so we can like live like normal humans. Also trying to, stay active. It's been really hard. I'm not going to lie. I haven't really been to the gym. There's just been so much going on. I feel like I don't have time for it. And last but not least, this podcast, I said on the mic and to myself that no matter what, I would stay on the mic and figure out how to get a podcast episode of every week. And over the holidays and all this crazy madness that has been happening, I sat back and I said, why am I so stressed about getting a podcast episode up every week if you're not gonna be fully present with it, or you're not gonna enjoy doing it? I have this, like, once I set goals and standards for myself, I have a really hard time just not doing it because I don't feel like it. But it's not that I didn't feel like putting up podcast episodes or recording or doing all that. Like I batch shot a ton of content so I wouldn't miss a week, even throughout this whole moving process. And I decided, you know what, I really want to be fully present with my family. I don't want to have to stress over editing podcast episodes over Christmas with my family or George's family. I need to get settled in with my new job. Like having this like podcast kind of looming over me is not why I started the podcast. Like, I'm not doing this because I feel like it has to be an obligation. I never want it to feel like an obligation. And that's why I took a break. I've had a lot of life changes, and I was like, you know what? It's okay to put your needs first and your health first. And I decided that doing this podcast over these last couple months, or it's not even been a couple months, it's been like a month and a half or a month. It hasn't even been it's been a month. And I decided, you know what, I'm going to give myself some grace and let myself take the time I need to make sure I get my life in order so I don't stress out. Because when I stress out, I'm not healthy. I feel sick. I feel anxious. I don't sleep well. And so I was like, you know what? I need to move. I need to be present with my family. I need to move, and I need to get started with my new job and get on a schedule where I feel like getting to talk with you guys is, a treat, like is something that I look forward to instead of, I got to get a podcast episode out because I told them I would, there has to be a balance. Like, I'm here and I want to show up for you guys as much as I can, but I also have to show up for myself first in order to be able to show up for my audience. And I've been able to recognize that and give myself a little bit of love. The podcast isn't going anywhere. I just am going to ease back into it. I think I'm going to do one episode every other week while I kind of get my reins, like get moved in. Like, as you guys know, moving is like it's a whole thing. And, you know, we're in a new city. I have a new job. Like, there's just a lot of things kind of up in the air right now. And I want to be able to come back on the mic and be like confident about what I'm talking about and being able to plan it properly. Instead of just being like, oh, I need to sit down and record a podcast episode. So I do have a bunch of batch ones set up, ready to go, that I'm so excited to drop and share with you guys. But I'm probably not going to do every single week for a little bit while I get my bearings and kind of get things going. So I hope you guys understand that. But I just like want to let you know, like, you should follow what you need to do for yourself. Listen to your body, listen to your mind. And that's what I'm trying to do, is like take my own advice and listen to my mind, listen to my body, and do the things that are going to benefit me and my health and my mental health. Most importantly, like mental health, most importantly. And I knew that kind of taking a little bit of a break and not being so harsh on myself. I'm like so mean to myself. Oh my goodness, you suck. You didn't get a podcast episode up. You failed. You broke the streak. It's like, who cares about the streak? You know, I want to show up when I feel good to show up. And my mental health is a priority, and it should be for you too. So I hope this can be an example for you, or inspiration for you to put yourself first. And you can put goals and deadlines on yourself, but if things don't feel right, it's okay to shift and change your mind. It's okay to change your mind. That's the biggest thing. It's okay to change your mind, and it's okay to change your plan, especially if it's beneficial to your mental and physical health. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap up today's episode. Life's crazy. I need to go unpack more clothes. Like, I'm still like living out of boxes. But I love you guys so much, and thank you so much for being here. And I'm excited for 2025. I have a lot of goals and a lot of exciting things that I get to do this year. And I get to plan a wedding, which honestly adds even more stress to my plate, but it's a blessing. I feel very blessed, and George and I are excited to take this next chapter on and share it with you guys. We're going to share every step of the way. So thank you for being here. Again, Magic Mind, if you want to hop on the bandwagon and get your focus and your sleep better, I have my code Liz Bezler Jan in the description for 45% off your bundle. So check that out and stay tuned for the next episode. We have some really awesome guests coming in the next few weeks that you're definitely not going to want to miss. They have amazing, amazing stories, and yeah, you're not going to want to miss it. So stay tuned. Thank you for following this journey and supporting me and being understanding. I really appreciate all of you guys, and I'm excited to knock 2025 out of the park, and I hope you guys are too. Okay. I love you guys, and Happy New Year, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.